Ah, gather round me, friends, and let your cups be filled, for I bring you a tale most strange, a tale of fate and forgotten oaths, of a silver worm who whispered of destiny, and a descent into shadow depths, where truth and peril walk as one. When last we spoke, our heroes rode the Void Piercer, their course set across the endless void of the astral sea. There, along the ship's port side, they faced a creature of legend, a silver great worm, its scales aglow with the light of dying stars, its voice a thunderous echo of time itself. Zyraxathar, the Ashbringer, an ancient name spoken only in hushed tones, gazed upon them, spoke of a path paved with peril. Hearken unto my words, the dragon warned, his voice rolling like a distant storm, for ye stand upon the precipice of trials untold. Seek ye thine soulmates, for without them the path ahead is naught but dust and sorrow. And with that, the worm drifted off into the void, fading like a dream upon waking, leaving only his words to weigh upon the minds of those who had heard them. The ship, now heavy with silence, turned towards Oris. Through the veil of wild space, past drifting comets and the whispering winds of the cosmos, they descended. The towering spires of Greyhawk loomed ahead, their landing hidden beneath the rolling hills west of the city. With secrecy as their cloak, they set foot upon the well-worn roads, the scent of earth and morning dew thick in the air. But even in the heart of civilization, shadows clung to their path. The rogue, his pockets light and his ambition heavy, veered from the others, slipping through the winding alleys of the thieves' quarter. Eyes followed his every step, whispers coiled around him like unseen serpents. But before he could press any further, a group of figures emerged from the shadows, their gazes sharp and measuring. "You seek work? Then wait at the Silver Dragon Inn," one of them muttered, barely above a whisper. "Do nothing else. If you are useful, we will find you." And with that they vanished into the dark, leaving the rogue with nothing but instructions and questions. Meanwhile, the other sought wisdom in the halls of Greyhawk's great library. Poems, scrolls, and secrets, bound in ink and parchment, spoke of forgotten wars and ancient orders. They learned more of the Obsidian Order, a society wreathed in secrecy, their purpose entwined with prophecies long buried. They also learned of the children of the Crescent Moon, their fate bound to a calamity yet to come. And they learned of Calicari, a kingdom drowned in blood and shadow, lost to the domains of dread. 4 days passed in study, while the rogue lingered in the Silver Dragon Inn, keeping to the shadows of whispered deals and silent transactions. On that 4th day, as he sat in the Silver Dragon Inn, watching the ebb and flow of the evening's patrons as instructed, a note was slipped down to his table. The rogue's fingers closed around the parchment with practiced ease, unfolding it to find a single request. Wait at the gates between the artisan's quarter and the slums at midnight. When the moon hung high, he followed the instructions in the note, slipping from the inn to stand at the designated meeting point. From the darkness a figure emerged, hooded, faceless, save for the gleam of sharp eyes. No pleasantries were exchanged. Instead, "A chessboard," the stranger murmured, "owned by Polycorda of the Eldra. Bring it to us, and we shall speak further." The rogue nodded once, knowing well that refusal was not an option. By blade or by wit, the choice was his, and so he returned to the ship, the weight of expectation upon his shoulders. With knowledge as their compass and the winds of destiny at their backs, they soared westward once more, over forests gnarled with age, and across mountain peaks kissed by the sun's last light, until at last their destination arose from the horizon. A pit stop at Neildra, to talk to an archivist and get more of a precise location, and complete the thieves' request. However, with both tasks successful, they made their way towards the Gauntlet Pass, a place where ice and stone conspired to keep secrets locked away. And there, at the valley's throat, a temple loomed, austere and cold, its doors cracked open like a whisper, inviting them in. Within its walls the air grew thick, not with the scent of incense or prayer, but with dust and forgotten history. Serpents coiled upon the carved stone. their silent gaze watching as the party ventured deeper. The rogue, ever confident, danced upon the mosaic at the chamber's heart, not yet knowing the secrets that lay beneath his feet. And then they met the guardian. Ezixata, the ancient Naga, coiled upon a raised dais, its golden eyes dulled with exhaustion. Temple, they called it, it rasped. A lie wrapped in stone, built to deceive. It is a key, not a house of gods. With each word, the weight of its burden became clear. It had waited for them, waited for those who bore the medallion, the sign of the Seekers, meant to descend into the depths below. And with a whisper of a forgotten incantation, the floor trembled. The mosaic shifted, and the path to the crypt revealed itself, dark, unlit, and hungry for those who would dare to enter. And the Naga, its task complete, faded into dust, its final words a promise. Fear not. While my task is done, I will be reborn. We shall see one another again. The ranger, ever quick with tongue, quipped that it was somewhat foretelling that the rogue had chosen that very spot to dance and jump, to indicate no dangers would fall upon them, as it looks like the floor of the mosaic could have, in fact, given way. And with that, the party stood at the threshold of the abyss, the yawning darkness below swallowing the last remnants of the light that had guided them here. As their boots echoed upon the stone, the air grew cold, thick with the scent of damp earth and something far older than mere dust. They have now stepped beyond history's reach into a place forgotten by time itself. But alas, dear friends, we must part ways here, leaving you with but a fleeting glimpse of our heroes' fateful descent. What awaits in the depths below? Will they uncover the knowledge they so desperately seek? Shall they awaken something far more perilous? Perhaps, dare I say it, they march towards their own doom, unknowing, unheeding, as fate weaves its tangled web. Ah, my friends, that is a tale for another night.